Hello Virgo, welcome back to Moon Alchemy Tarot. My name's Isabella, and if this is your first time here, I will introduce how this channel works. How I work is I will draw some energy cards for you, sit in your energy until I receive a vision, which I will then write down for you, read it off for you in this reading, so hopefully you can see and connect to the vision that Spirit wanted you to see through me reading it off for you. Okay, so before we get into the vision, I'm going to show you the energy cards that we're working with today. My readings are timeless, and after I read the vision, we will get into a tarot reading to explore what needs to come through at this time. Okay, so Virgo, you had the ash energy, and you'll note that each of these cards that I show you have a very similar theme. Okay, so I feel that your theme here is very important, and in the vision that comes through more powerfully and clearly. Okay, you had ash, so this is about dissolving something. It's about a memory, it's about the past, it's about getting through something after the void. Okay, so after something's burned, something's happened, exploded, and dissolving that, remembering a powerful energy here. Again, I'll get into it more later. You had the new pearl energy. This is about a promise, finding yourself in a way here today, slowly but surely forming and finding something very significant. And the flame, and as you can see, all three of these had this grayscale with red and orangish colors. The ash down here as well. Okay, with the flame, the ash talks about, you know, the ashes in the air after the fire has burned and destroyed and evolved, and then the pearl, it's like there's also this grainy ashy substance. As it's fading away, the pearl presents itself. Okay, and like I said, when I was meditating with these cards on these energies, I received this vision, which I'm going to read right now. The flame, by the way, is your center, your spark, something guiding you. So close your eyes if you want to. Take a deep breath. Relax. Open yourself up to seeing the vision with me. You are standing in the middle of the void. It is silent now, the kind of silence that settles after the detonation, when the world has already broken, when the echoes have finally died, and the dust just begins to notice gravity again. You have surrendered something, laid it down like an offering. You don't even know what it was anymore, only that it was heavy and it cost you, and that letting it go felt a little bit like dying. Around you, there is nothing. And then, from everywhere and nowhere at all, it begins to fall. Tiny flecks of ash, like 1,000 snowflakes carved from memory. Soft, silent, infinite. They drift around, down around you, a hush descending from the heavens, as if the sky itself is mourning with you. The ash clings to your skin. It rests in your hair. It kisses your shoulders like all the goodbyes you never got to say. You reach out your hand, and then a flash. A memory crashes through you like thunder. You see yourself small, maybe 7 years old, sitting alone at the edge of a playground, knees scraped, watching the other kids laugh and run and belong. You had tried to play, you had tried to be seen, but they had turned away. And so you learned you had to earn love, that being yourself wasn't enough. You feel it now, not just the moment, but the cost of it. How it shaped your voice, your choices, your silence. How it echoed in every relationship since. How you've spent your life performing, proving, perfecting, just to be worthy. You gasp, because in this moment you see something new. You see yourself, not from your wounded eyes, but from the eyes of someone who finally deeply understands. That child was never unworthy. You were tender, sensitive, bright. You were always enough. You were never the problem. And just like that, something breaks. The flakes of ash explode around you in slow motion, as if your very breath is a storm, as if the truth in your heart has created a force field, an invisible, radiant shield. You feel it hum around you, repelling the ash, the lies, the shame. Your eyes close, and for the first time in what feels like lifetimes, peace. A warmth begins at your core. It moves like golden water through your veins, washing away the ache. And in this stillness, you make yourself a sacred promise. No matter what happens next, I will stay with myself. I will trust the process. I will heal the pain. And I will love myself unconditionally. The invisible shield expands. It pushes the ash back into the void, not with violence, but with truth. And suddenly, clarity, a breath, fresh, clean, real. And then, in the silence after the silence, you feel it. A flicker deep inside you. Something new. A spark. It is not the old fire of desperation or survival. It's something pure, quieter, but unshakable. And you know, every time you keep your promise, every time you stay kind to yourself, every time you choose softness over shame, that spark will grow. The force field will widen, and your flame, your true flame, will ignite the dark. Not to burn the world, but to light your way home. So that was your beautiful vision, Virgo, okay? And he incorporated all three of the energies that I showed you in the beginning. And the journey that you're on is about if you just strip it down to the bare bones, it's about protecting yourself. It's about loving yourself and growing your own flame, following your spark, okay, with no apologies. Let's get into your tarot reading now for Virgo. If you'd like a personal reading with me, by the way, that's in the description box below. Or if you want to support me in other ways, you could as well. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into your energy here. Let's just get an overall energy card that wants to come forth at this time. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, you're moving through a situation. It feels very slow. Okay, it feels like it's been there forever. It feels like you have been trying to navigate through this energy for lifetimes and lifetimes. And that's kind of the new pearl energy too, slowly but surely forming, okay? So I feel most of you have been sitting quietly in this, not in the void, but right that moment after, like in the vision. You've been sitting in this ash energy. trying to move through it, away from it, trying to see something more clearly perhaps through the ash, because it's not easy to see. It's all everywhere. It's like thousands and thousands of snowflakes. You're not able to see. So now you're moving into this flame energy. You're creating this force field to help you move through it, because you're making a new promise to yourself. Okay, you're working through the past, and through that you're healing yourself in ways and creating this force field to help guide you, protect you, but it's coming from within. It's your flame, okay? Let's see where your head is at and your heart is at. One card for each. Your head is Ten of Swords. And your heart is Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so in your head, you're just more than ready to put an ending to this nuisance. I don't know, I heard annoying. Something's annoying you. I feel like what's annoying you is this version of you, this aspect of yourself or a person, whatever it is that you're going through that is clouding your vision, your ability to move steadily. It's annoying you. And that annoyance is causing an anger, and that anger is causing you to push and move through the situation with grace, but also with a force, a strength, okay? Because you're ready to end this. You're ready to end the stagnation or this lack of, I'm hearing a lack of. Oh, your heart was the Nine of Pentacles, right? So your heart is really growing into itself. And I know that sounds weird, but I just pictured your heart kind of like a heart with a bunch of vines wrapped around your heart, and it expanding through your chest into your lungs, and these flowers blossoming from the vines and just really growing into that abundance. And it kind of goes along with the vision where you go back and you find love for yourself, and you make the promises to yourself that you will stay with yourself, that you will trust your process, that you will heal your pain, and you will love yourself unconditionally. And that's where your heart's at, okay? It's growing into itself. It's growing and attaching to you more and more and more, if that makes sense, okay? If you know, you know. You just feel it. So what is an obstacle here on the way? Because there was that stagnation, there was that frustration, right? Let's dip into this more. Let's dip a toe into this. Okay. Because there's something that needs to come forth about this. The Seven of Pentacles. Let's get one more. The Empress. Okay, so there's a lack of Empress energy. That's why you feel stuck. The Empress is about creation, divine feminine energy, letting yourself be, resting, recuperating, healing, restoring yourself. Your energy is very depleted, and because of that, you're unable to watch the process grow. You're unable to successfulally feel and align with the moment that Spirit is showing you that you want to be in, okay? Where you want to be. In order for you to remove this obstacle, back off. Let yourself be more. Connect more to your divine feminine energy, okay? Through maybe art, maybe music, maybe just sleeping more or getting more quality sleep. Self-care, soothing yourself in a way. And when you do this, watch yourself grow. Watch your progress grow. You will start to move. It's like that force field that starts to help you, that pushes the ashes away so that you can clearly see where you're at and what you need to do next. Ooh, I saw the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, couldn't help it. So it needs to come out. This is a very deeply introspective time. Do not be afraid to be alone. Do not be afraid to pull your energy back. It's like there's something demanding around you that doesn't want you to take the time to yourself or be in your feminine energy or connect more with the rest, the healing, the internal, okay? But it's very important. It's very, very important for you at this time, Virgo. Seek the introspection and go within. Let yourself flow. You will find what you need to find there and only there. Let's get an energy that will help guide you through this, like this introspective, this energy of guidance, right? Like the Hermit, you're guiding yourself, but what else can help you through this journey? Eight of Wands. It's like almost like, so the Eight of Wands is rapid, right? Fast moving energy, rapid transformation. But in your case right now, I feel like there's all these things that are around you that require your attention or require you to move in some way. But Spirit's clearly saying, hey, slow down, back up, back off a little bit. Give yourself some time to rest, to rejuvenate, to heal, to be within yourself. So what will help you get out of this rushed energy, this rapid energy, constant movement? Knight of Swords. Sleep, rest, and also let yourself have a good cry if you need to, okay? Because this is very hard on you at times, and you want to be this strong leader, dependable. You're still those things, but you also need to let yourself feel like the Empress, right? Big, big, big message from Spirit. Be in your Empress energy, be in your Hermit energy. Let yourself cry, let it out, okay? It will really help you. It will really help you journal. Open your heart with yourself, okay, at this time. It's not about turning to someone else. It's not about seeking for guidance from anyone but you. Trust yourself. Trust your own movement. It might not be the movement of your neighbor, okay, how they would go through it, or your brother or your sister, whoever. It's your own process. Let yourself go through it. You don't need to rush. You have time. Time is on your side, I'm hearing. Okay, any more advice here for Virgo at this time? Anything else, Virgo? Let's do here. Something about a promise. Promise and the Devil. You need to the promises you make yourself to yourself in the vision, right? And in this stillness, you make yourself a sacred promise. No matter what happens next, I will stay with myself. I will trust the process. Okay, yeah, that came through here, the process. I will heal the pain and I will love myself unconditionally. With the Devil card coming out here, with the promise that I was channeling there, there is going to be temptation. There is going to be toxic people or energies or aspects of yourself, your ego, coming through trying to derail you. But you will be strong. You will stay in the energy you need to stay in. Okay? Spirit believes in you. I believe in you. Now you need to believe in yourself. You need to make these promises with yourself, even when the energies push back. Promise yourself you will remain strong and true to you, your journey, your promises. Be true to yourself. And you will receive that clarity, that breath of fresh air. It feels so real. It feels so authentic. Even when you stay centered, when you assert your boundaries, even when these energies come in and try to take you out of your comfort zone or push your boundaries in some way, you will not let them. And that strength that you get from asserting your boundaries and staying in your truth with your promise, you will really, really see a big change happen for you, okay? Okay, Virgo, I'm gonna leave it at that. That feels really, really good. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys all, and I will see you guys next time.